Imagine, what would happen if a small battery completely changed the game of the auto industry? Today, we are going to talk about Tesla, battery, such a technology about which it is being said that this is not just an upgrade, but a revolution that can change the entire system. From the outside, it looks like just a round cell, but inside, it hides that power which can make cars cheaper, can give more range, and can completely transform production. And the most interesting thing? Elon Musk himself has already called it the future of Tesla. But is it really as powerful as it is being shown? Or are there some challenges behind it that very few people know about? After all, what technology has Tesla used in this battery? How can it outperform players like CATL and BYD? And how is this battery shaking the global market? But before moving ahead in the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can watch such videos first. If we talk about Tesla today, then it is no longer just a car company. It has become the identity of the entire EV revolution. First, let's talk about the market. Today, Tesla is one of the biggest electric car companies in the world. The EV market is growing rapidly every year, and Tesla stayed #1 in this race for a long time. Tesla's market value, company valuation, has even been higher than many traditional car companies, which shows how much investors trust its future. Now, if we talk about sales, Tesla sells lakhs of cars every year. In recent years, this number has reached around 1.8 million, 18 lakh cars per year. The biggest contribution in this comes from Tesla Model Y and Tesla Model 3, because these are considered affordable and practical models. Tesla was founded in 2003, but at that time, it was not such a big company. Later, Elon Musk joined it and gave it a clear vision to replace petrol cars and move the world towards sustainable energy. Tesla's first car was the Tesla Roadster, 2008, which came in 2008. It was a sports car that proved electric. Cars can also be fast and exciting. At that time, people used to think EVs are slow and boring, but Tesla completely changed that perception. Now let's talk about in which countries Tesla cars are being sold today. Tesla's market has now become global. The biggest market is still the United States, where Tesla's demand is very high. Apart from this, China has become a very big market for Tesla, where its Gigafactory Shanghai is operating and production happens on a large scale. In Europe also, Tesla has a strong presence. Countries like Germany, Norway, Netherlands, and United Kingdom have very popular Tesla cars. Especially in Norway, EV adoption is very high and Tesla has been among the top-selling brands there. Apart from this, Tesla is slowly entering new markets as well, such as India, the Middle East and Southeast Asia. However, in every country, factors like pricing, import duty, and infrastructure are different, so expansion becomes a bit challenging. What exactly is the 4680 battery? Now, straight to the most important question. What exactly is this 4680 battery? The name sounds a bit technical, but in reality, the concept is very simple. The name 4680 of the Tesla 4680 battery is not any fancy code, but it directly means its size. It has a 46 millimeter diameter and an 80 millimeters height. That means it is a cylindrical round cell, but a little bigger than the previous batteries. Now you might be thinking, what difference does just increasing the size make? The real game starts from here. Earlier, Tesla and other companies mostly used 2170 cells, means 21 millimeters diameter and 70 millimeters height. Now, if we understand in simple language, the 4680 cell becomes almost double in size. And when a cell is bigger, it can store more energy. That means fewer cells can do the same work that earlier required more cells. So, what was the benefit? The battery pack became simpler, wiring reduced, and the overall system became more efficient. Now, let's understand it in an even simpler way. Suppose earlier a car had thousands of small cells, all of which had to be connected together. Every connection causes a little energy loss and also increases complexity. But in the case of 4,680, the number of cells reduced, so the connections also reduced. That means less loss, less heat, and more efficiency. That's the reason why Tesla calls it game-changing. But it's not just about size. The internal design has also changed. Earlier batteries had tabs, meaning small connectors inside that carried energy out. But in 4,680, Tesla introduced a tabless design. Now, in simple terms, energy flows evenly throughout the cell without putting pressure on one single point. This reduces heat generation and makes the battery more stable. That means better performance and improved safety. Now, understand with another simple example. Earlier, the battery was like a road where all traffic was moving through a single lane, so there was more jam and more heat. But in 4,680, multiple paths are created, so traffic flows smoothly. That's why both charging and discharging become more efficient. Now, let's talk about the real benefits. Because of 4,680 cells, the car's range can increase, performance can improve, and most importantly, cost can reduce. Because when fewer cells are used, manufacturing becomes easier, so the overall car can become cheaper. And that is Tesla's main goal, to make EVs more affordable. Technology breakdown. What's new inside? Now, let's talk about the real game. What is new inside the 4680 battery that makes it so special? If you look at the Tesla 4680 battery from the outside, it looks like just a simple cylinder. But the engineering inside is what makes it different. First, let's understand what tabless design means. In earlier batteries, there were small tabs, meaning current used to enter and exit from a specific point. The problem with this was that more load used to come on that single point. Heat was generated more there, and energy flow also became uneven. But in 4,680, Tesla almost removed these tabs and designed the entire cell in such a way that current flows evenly from everywhere. Now, understand this in simple language. Earlier, water was flowing through a thin pipe. Now, the same water is flowing smoothly through multiple paths at the same time. The direct benefit: less heat, higher efficiency, and better battery life. Now, let's talk about heat. In EV batteries, the biggest problem is heat itself. If too much heat is generated, performance drops, and the safety risk also increases. In the Tesla 4680 battery, a heat does not accumulate at a single point. Also, because of its larger size, the cooling system gets a better chance to work efficiently. This means the battery stays more stable and delivers consistent performance for a longer time. That's why Tesla considers this battery perfect for high-performance use. In earlier batteries, energy had to travel from one point, which increased resistance. But in the 4680, the flow of power has become more direct and smooth. This means when you press the accelerator, the battery delivers power instantly. No delay, no hesitation. That's the reason why Tesla cars feel so quick. Now, the most interesting part: energy density. In simple language, energy density means how much energy a battery can store according to its size and weight. In 4,680 cells, Tesla has improved both design and materials. So more energy can be stored in the same space. The direct benefit: either the car's range can increase, or for the same range, the battery can be made smaller and lighter. And when the car is lighter, efficiency automatically increases. Now let's talk about the real impact. What difference it makes to the user. First is range. Because the battery can store more energy and there is less loss, the car can travel longer on a single charge. This is a big advantage, especially for long drives. Second comes acceleration. Tesla cars are already famous for instant torque, but with the 4,680, power delivery becomes even smoother and stronger. That means when you press the pedal, the car moves instantly without thinking. Completely seamless feel. Now let's talk about fast charging. Because less heat is generated and internal resistance is also lower, since the battery stays in a better condition to charge quickly. This does not mean charging time will suddenly become half, but the overall charging process becomes more efficient and safer. Along with Tesla's Tesla supercharger network, the experience becomes even better. Now, if we talk about real-world driving experience, the difference is clearly noticeable. The car feels more responsive, range anxiety reduces a bit, and performance stays stable for a long time. Whether it is city driving or highway, the battery gives consistent output. And the biggest thing, the driver feels all this, but does not have to deal with the complexity of the technology inside. Manufacturing revolution. The truth is, EV success does not come from technology alone. The real win happens when you can produce it cheaply and at a large scale. Well, and this is where Tesla thinks differently from other companies. Tesla's entire focus is to make production as simple as possible. Earlier, an EV battery pack had thousands of small parts, cells, wires, connectors, modules. Everything was very complex. Every extra part means extra cost, extra time, and higher chances of error. But with the 4680 battery, Tesla has tried to reduce this complexity. Fewer cells, fewer connections, and a simple design, meaning the entire system has become streamlined. Now, understand this in a simple way. Earlier, to build a machine, you needed to connect 1,000 small parts. Now, the same work can be done with 600 to 700 parts. The direct benefit: faster production, lower cost, and higher reliability. This is the concept of fewer parts equals lower cost. When things are simple, they are easier to make and also easier to maintain. Now, let's talk about Gigafactory. Tesla's Tesla Gigafactory factories are not just big, they are highly automated. Robots, AI systems, and advanced machines together make production so fast and efficient that traditional factories are left behind. In Tesla Gigafactory, you can actually see the production model of the future, where human effort is less and machine precision is higher. This increases consistency and reduces mistakes. The biggest change comes in mass production. Earlier, making EVs was an expensive and slow process, so companies used to produce cars in limited quantities. But the goal of Tesla is to make EVs as common as petrol cars are today. And for that, scaling production is necessary. Because of the Tesla 4680 battery and simplified design, and Tesla can produce more cars in less time. This is the thing that can change the game of the entire industry, because the company that produces the fastest and cheapest will dominate the market. Now, let's talk about cost advantage, which is probably Tesla's biggest weapon. Why are EVs still expensive today? The biggest reason is the battery. Around 30 to 40% of an EV's total cost goes only into the battery. Materials like lithium, nickel, and cobalt are expensive, and their processing is also costly. That's why EV prices still feel higher than petrol cars. But the 4680 battery is trying to change the game here. Because there are fewer cells, the design is simple, and production is efficient. Overall battery cost can be reduced. Tesla claims that in the long term, this technology can significantly reduce battery cost. And when the battery becomes cheaper, the price of the entire car automatically comes down. Now, think about its future impact. If Tesla really manages to reduce production cost, it can build EVs that fit into the budget of common people. That's why people keep talking about a cheap Tesla, a car made for the mass market. And if that happens, EV adoption can see a massive explosion. Global EV market impact. Now, the biggest question: if this new battery technology actually works, its impact will not be limited to just one company. It can shake the entire global EV market. Tesla's strategy is clear: to make EVs cheaper, more efficient, and available at a mass level. And as soon as that happens, EV adoption will automatically start increasing rapidly. Even today, many people want to buy EVs, but they hesitate because of price and charging infrastructure. In many countries, EVs still feel more expensive than petrol cars. But if companies like Tesla reduce battery cost, EV prices will gradually start coming down. When the price drops, naturally more people will shift toward EVs. This is the real trigger of EV adoption. Just like smartphones were once expensive and slowly became common in everyone's hands, EVs can also become common. Now, let's come to competition. Until now, Tesla was considered a strong leader in the EV market, but now competition is growing rapidly. Especially companies like BYD are giving tough competition to Tesla in battery technology and pricing. BYD with its Blade battery is already in a strong position, and in a large market like China, it is even selling more cars than Tesla. And this clearly means this is no longer a one-company game, it has become a full battle. Apart from this, traditional companies like Toyota, Volkswagen, and Hyundai are also rapidly investing in the EV space. Earlier, these companies were a bit cautious about EVs, but now they understand that the future is electric. So, every company is entering the market with its best technology. What will be the result? Competition will become even more aggressive. And as competition increases, one thing is almost certain: a pricing war. This means companies will not only compete in technology, but also try to beat each other in price. If Tesla launches cheaper EVs by reducing costs, other companies will also be forced to lower their prices. And this race can slowly turn into a price war, where the customer will benefit the most. Just now, what will be the real impact? The biggest benefit will go to the consumer. More options, lower prices, and faster improvement in technology. But for companies, it will not be that easy. Profit margins may decrease, pressure will increase, and only those companies will survive that can innovate quickly. Tesla versus competitors. On one side is Tesla, which has fully bet on the EV future. And on the other side are BYD and Toyota, whose strategy is a bit different. First, let's talk about Tesla versus BYD. This has now become the biggest rivalry in the EV world. Tesla's strength is its Tesla 4680 battery, which focuses on higher energy, better performance, and cost reduction. On the other side is BYD's Blade battery, which is known especially for safety and durability. In simple language, Tesla is playing on performance and innovation, while BYD is focused on reliability and practical use. The biggest advantage of BYD's Blade battery is that it is considered safer, has lower risk of overheating, and is known for long life, especially in taxi and commercial use. It proves to be very practical. On the other hand, Tesla's 4680 battery comes with a more advanced design. It is lighter, more efficient, and built for high performance. This means Tesla cars can move ahead in acceleration and range, but the real twist comes in price. BYD is very strong in cost control because it makes its own batteries, and manufacturing cost in China is also lower. That's why BYD often offers cheaper EVs than Tesla. And so on one side, Tesla is the tech leader, and on the other side, BYD comes as the value king. Now, let's talk about Tesla versus Toyota. This battle is a bit different. Here, the fight is not battery versus battery, but philosophy versus philosophy. Tesla is completely focused on the EV future, meaning fully replacing petrol engines. But Toyota is still moving with a hybrid strategy. Toyota believes that the world cannot shift to EVs instantly, so hybrid is a practical solution. In a hybrid car, both petrol engine and electric motor are present, which gives fuel efficiency and also removes range tension, especially in countries where charging infrastructure is weak. Hybrid feels more practical. On the other hand, Tesla says, go directly to EV. This is the future. Tesla's focus is on zero emission, software integration, and long-term sustainability. Its cars are fully electric, so the driving experience is also different. Silent, smooth, and with instant power. Now, the biggest question, who is more future-ready? The answer is not that simple. If we talk about the long term, EV is considered the future, and in this race, Tesla clearly looks ahead. Its technology, charging network, and software ecosystem make it strong. But if we talk about short-term and practical use, Toyota's hybrid strategy is still a safe option for many people. And companies like BYD are challenging Tesla in price and scale. Future vision, Elon Musk's plan. Now, let's talk about the future. Because Tesla is not just building today's cars. It is designing the entire system for the next 10 to 20 years. And the person behind this whole vision is Elon Musk. His plan has never been simple, maybe a bit crazy and big. And that is what makes Tesla different from other companies. First, let's talk about robotaxi. Elon Musk has said many times that in the future, cars will not just be for driving. They can become a source of income themselves. Imagine your car drives on the road without a driver, picks and drops people, and generates income from every ride. This is the concept of robotaxi. Tesla is working in this direction with its full self-driving FSD technology. If this becomes fully successful, the entire meaning of car ownership can change. People will use cars as an asset that works 24/7 instead of staying parked. Now, let's come to affordable EV, which is probably Tesla's biggest goal. Even today, EVs are expensive for many people, and that is the biggest barrier. The Elon Musk's plan is to build a Tesla car for the mass market, meaning a price so low that even the middle class can easily afford it. Behind this, the Tesla 4680 battery and simplified manufacturing play a big role. If production cost reduces, Tesla can truly bring a budget EV that can completely change the market. Now, let's talk about next-gen gigafactory plans. Tesla's Tesla Gigafactory factories are already advanced. But Elon Musk's goal is to make them even more automated and efficient. His focus is on machine that builds the machine, meaning a factory that is so optimized that production becomes the fastest and cheapest. In the coming time, gigafactories will become bigger, more robots will be used, and the production process will become even smoother. The direct benefit, more cars in less time and at lower cost, is now the biggest part. Tesla's long-term vision. Tesla does not see itself as just a car company. Its goal is to build a complete energy ecosystem. Electric cars, solar panels, battery storage, everything together. This means in the future, your home will run on Tesla energy and your car, too. Elon Musk is seeing the world where the need for fossil fuels ends and everything shifts to clean energy. Tesla's plan is not just to sell cars. It is building the entire blueprint of the future. Earning through robotaxi, mass adoption through affordable EVs, and massive production through gigafactories. Together, these can create a world where driving, earning, and energy, everything changes, but the real question still remains. Will this vision truly become reality? Or will it remain just an ambitious dream? If you like such deep and interesting videos, and then subscribe to the channel now and press the bell icon so that you can watch every future update first.